Through your first OTAs, you graduate to summer vacation. How do you feel?
I feel good. This process is just beginning, and I know it's going to ramp up a little bit during training camp. And right now, just don't take a day off mentally from the playbook.
What has been the biggest adjustment between maybe what you've done in the past?
Really, just the details within the play. There's checks in every play, and just understanding what everybody has in the snap of a finger when it's called. That's just the biggest adjustment because you're telling every single person what to do. So, it's just much more detailed.
Matt, how do you adjust to that on your own time? Do you say it out loud in front of a
Yeah, there's various ways to do it. There's steps to just say the play alone and then actually know what it means and just understanding the verbiage from the beginning to the end. And then once you get you get abundance of plays that you understand, then you can start piecing everything together because, there's a method to the madness that Coach McAdoo always says, and, trying to keep it simple in your head, but at the same time taking care of every detail that you need to take care of.
Matt, what do the next 5 weeks look like for you?
Like I said, just training and, not taking a day off mentally. And I think the mentally is the biggest part, just because it's all about knowing it and knowing what's going on out there.
What have you learned from Sam this time, from OTAs to now?
Just picking up on his habits, the way he goes about himself, the way he carries himself from media, on the field, off the field, certain situations, and me just, taking stuff from him, whatever it is, and trying to implement it into my game. If I feel like it doesn't fit, then I won't use it. But there is some things that I take away from him.
I assume you want to be a starter. What do you think are the biggest things for you to get to that type of level?
It's just understanding the playbook. That's all it's going to come down to. Winning and losing a game is all about who makes some less mistakes. So it's just knowing your job inside and out.
Where did you make the biggest jump over the last 9 weeks or so?
Honestly, it was just learning the playbook. Understanding the verbiage and making it process quicker when it's said. And like I said, that was just the biggest thing. When he calls a play and you can't picture it, that's a problem as soon as you get up to the play because now you just don't know what's going on. And then you feel behind, and then now you get, it's just a bad deal. So, when it's called, you got to be able to picture the play, take a deep breath, and then go execute.
Do you have any interesting stories over the last 9 weeks when you were
yes.
studying it?
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah,
take it on the plane.
Yeah, there's been multiple instances where I had to travel, and I took everything, the playbook with me, a whiteboard, everything, because, I got to get my job done. And, it's been a grind. It's been a grind for sure.
How close do you think you are to being ready to compete for the starting job once training camp starts? Because Matt said right now he doesn't look at anybody ready to compete.
Yeah, right now it's just, like I said, when I know it, then I'll be ready to compete. But as far as, whenever Coach Mack feels I'm ready, then I'm ready.
You feel like physically you were there already?
It's mentally. Yeah, it's all mental. And that's the biggest part at this level.
Is that kind of reassuring to know when you look around and say, you've got the physical tools and have that?
No,
confidence?
because at the same time, you're still not there, I'm a very competitive person, and, not knowing a play is just, not being physically gifted. It's equal to me.
With being very competitive, do you put a lot of pressure on yourself? Are you a perfectionist? How does that work?
You got to have a fine line. You could be here and grind it out for as long, like a reasonable hour, about 7:30, 8. And, when you're done here, you go home and you got to separate the two. That's something that I picked up quick on. You got to separate your job from your family life. And, that's been a tough thing for me since college. I've always took everything from football to my social life, and it's just been one big mesh. And now you can't do that. Not a single person is capable of being able to just mesh your life together like that, because that's just not how it works.
Off the field, how have you been adjusting to Charlotte? Like you said, doing that compartmentalizing. What are some of the things that you've done to feel more?
Just being around the players more. Being around the guys, not sitting in your room studying all day, because the way our schedule was, we only got a weekend off, and even then on the weekend you're not trying to do anything because of what we got coming up or what we did that past week. And again, it's just all about being mentally prepared for whatever play they call.
Did you stay in the hotel the whole time?
Yeah, I'm still in the hotel.
Are you at some point going to try to find something?
Yeah, I found a spot. So hopefully before my training camp's over, I'll be already moved in.
And what's the summer look like? Do you go back to Cali?
Yeah, I'll be back. Well, no, I'll be back in Florida training with a couple guys out there, and then I'll probably head back to Cali at the end just to see my family.
Will you make an effort to try and get together with the other receivers and do something?
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably making an effort, but you know, it's not going to be end all be all. You know, I know that those guys are going to take care of themselves and be a pro as well.
Matt, how did it feel throwing some touchdowns today inside Bank of America Stadium compared to first Terrence practice?
See, in my mind, I didn't really, do anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a touchdown, but that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I get paid to do. So, it's just on to the next play because I think that was my first touchdown. So it's like, I'm just steady climbing the ladder.
How do you think you performed today in those sessions?
It was cleaner. It was cleaner in my head. I understood what was called, and again, that's just the work's never done. You can always be better in certain areas, and for me, it's just processing it quicker. Like, I don't want to be thinking about it when I snap the ball. Today I was.
Matt, how can you simulate that play call to process, to relay, to
For me,
for the next 5 weeks?
Yeah, for me personally, it's someone giving me the play call, and then I'll give my calls. I'll think of my checks. I'll say them out loud, and then I'll go through my progression. And then it's much more than just looking at 1 to 2 to 3. You're looking at defenders and trying to anticipate a window, and then you get into your check down. So, I mean, every play is different. You got to treat every play independent of another. So, like I said, you can never be too prepared. It's a lot. So you just got to keep on chopping.
Matt, how would you treat your ability to go off script or go off schedule, like if you're scrambling outside and trying to make something happen out of nothing? Is that something you say is an asset or just a continued growth aspect?
I definitely feel like it's an asset, but then again, it is definitely something that I can grow on. I definitely feel like there's growth in my game everywhere. There's definitely room to improve in every aspect, and that's what I plan on doing.
Hey, man, I was curious to know about your background. Do you have any Hispanic or Mexican heritage in your family? You can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I do. I am Mexican and Italian, mostly Mexican though. I don't talk to my dad's side at all, so I don't really know him. But my mom's side, yeah, my grandma, she speaks Spanish. I wish I could. I understand a little bit, but my brothers do a little bit. My oldest brother is fluent. But yeah, definitely.
Do you know if your grandma she was born in Mexico or has links?
Her mom was. Yeah, my great grandma was born in Mexico, so I don't know what part, but yeah.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thank you guys. Have a good weekend. Appreciate it.